You've been told it's essential for your eyes, your skin, your immune system. But if you're over 60, taking this common vitamin every day could be silently damaging your bones, overloading your liver, and even increasing your risk of death. I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley, and today I'm revealing why I no longer recommend this vitamin in daily form for seniors, and what you should use instead. Your body after 60 plays by different rules, and what once helped may now harm. When Rosa turned 71, she thought her fatigue and joint stiffness were just part of getting older. She was wrong. The root cause? A small capsule she trusted every morning, her multivitamin. Today we're talking about preformed vitamin A, also called retinol, a nutrient that can heal at the right dose, but can harm when ignored. Especially for seniors, the science is clear. Too much vitamin A is no longer a mild risk. It's a quiet biological breakdown. 1. Why your liver can no longer handle daily. Vitamin A. Rosa used to think vitamins couldn't hurt. They're just nutrients, she told me, like what's in food, only stronger. But after 60, our bodies shift. What once nourished can now quietly overwhelm. Let's begin with your liver. After age 60, the liver's ability to process and clear substances, especially fat-soluble vitamins like preformed vitamin A, retinol, declines significantly. While younger adults can clear vitamin A efficiently, seniors experience up to a 40% reduction in hepatic clearance. The enzymes responsible for detoxifying vitamin A, primarily the cytochrome P450, CYP450 system, slow down like an aging factory with half the workers gone. Here's what most people don't realize. The liver stores 80 to 90% of all vitamin A, primarily as retinol esters in specialized liver cells called hepatic stellate cells. In a healthy balance, this storage system is safe, but with age, the clearance becomes sluggish while absorption remains high, especially from supplements or fortified foods. The result? A gradual, invisible overload, biological snapshot. In seniors, the half-life of vitamin A extends from 50 days to 85 days. Liver storage half-life increases from 65 to 120 days, which means even small daily doses can silently accumulate over time. Imagine pouring a thick oil into a narrow funnel, slowly, every day. At first, it absorbs, but over time, the oil builds up, sticking to the sides, slowing down the system, and clogging it. That's what retinol does to your liver after 60. Silent, steady, and toxic when ignored. A 2021 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that vitamin A absorption efficiency actually increases with age, from 85% in young adults to over 90% in seniors. Meanwhile, the ability to convert plant-based beta-carotene drops by half. That means more retinol enters the system, and less of it is naturally buffered or converted safely. For Rosa, this overload explained her persistent fatigue and mild discomfort in her right side. Her liver enzyme tests were just slightly off, not alarming, but enough to raise suspicion. After removing her daily multivitamin, which contained 1,200 micrograms RAE of retinol and cod liver oil, her levels normalized within 8 weeks. Healing habit. Stop daily intake of preformed vitamin A if you're over 60, especially from multivitamins or cod liver oil. Replace with food-based beta-carotene sources like sweet potatoes, spinach, and carrots. Trackable benefit: improved energy, clearer skin, normalized liver enzymes within 30 to 60 days. 2. Vitamin A versus your bones, a dangerous tug of war. Rosa never missed a morning. 1 multivitamin, 1 spoon of cod liver oil. She thought she was protecting her bones, but what she was really doing was breaking them from the inside. After 60, your bones are no longer just calcium dependent. They're chemically vulnerable. And preformed vitamin A, especially in daily supplements, presses on a fault line that many seniors don't even know exists. Deep inside your skeleton, 2 teams are always at work. Osteoblasts, your builders, laying down new bone. Osteoclasts, your cleaners, removing old tissue. In a healthy rhythm, they alternate like dancers in perfect time. But too much retinol tips the dance into chaos. It overactivates retinoic acid receptors, RARs, leading to a spike in osteoclast activity while suppressing osteoblasts. What you lose, you no longer rebuild. A 30-year study from Sweden, Michaelsson et al., 2003, tracked 2,322 men. Those with the highest vitamin A levels had a 7-fold increase in fracture risk. 7-fold. That's not correlation. That's collapse. And it didn't stop there. In 2014, Wu et al. Reviewed over 283,000 people. They found a 29% higher hip fracture risk from excess vitamin A and a 40% increased risk specifically from retinol. Meanwhile, the plant-based form, beta-carotene, was protective. It's like this. Your bones are a construction site. Retinol walks in like an aggressive foreman. But instead of supervising, he starts shutting down the builders and unleashing the demolition crew, quietly, daily, until one day the structure gives way. Rosa's scans told the same story. Hip thinning, spinal loss, no calcium deficiency. The real culprit? A silent overdose. 2,000 micrograms RAE per day from a mix of healthy supplements. Once she stopped retinol and shifted to carotenoid-rich foods, spinach, sweet potatoes, carrots, her 9-month scan showed stabilization. No new loss, her gait even felt steadier. Healing habit. Never exceed 1,500 micrograms RAE per day after age 60. Be aware of stacking, multivitamins plus cod liver oil plus fortified milk. Choose beta-carotene instead. 1/2 cup cooked carrots or sweet potato, pièce, ideal, trackable sign, stabilized DEXA scan, reduced fracture risk, better balance over 6 to 12 months. Have you ever looked at your supplement label and wondered what else it's silently doing to you? 3. The hidden war between vitamin A and D. Rosa was taking vitamin D every morning, faithfully. She even added fortified milk to her breakfast, thinking it would help her bones. But her calcium stayed low. Her bones still ached. Something wasn't missing. Something was blocking. Think of vitamin D like sunlight pouring through a window. It activates the cells that absorb calcium, rebuild bone, and regulate mood. But what if you slowly pulled the shades, just a little, every day? That's what too much preformed vitamin A does. Quietly, consistently. It dims the signal until one day the body no longer sees the light. This isn't just theory. It's biology. Vitamin D works by triggering vitamin D receptors, VDRs, in the intestines, kidneys, and bones. These receptors tell your body to absorb calcium and build bone. But retinol in excess competes for attention. It binds to similar receptor pathways, drowning out vitamin D's message. Journal of Bone and Mineral Research, 2019, showed that when retinol is too high, even normal doses of vitamin D can't activate key bone-building genes, SP7, ALPL, COL101. And according to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2021, seniors absorb 90% of retinol from food and supplements, while their ability to convert beta-carotene drops nearly by half. It's a silent tug of war, where vitamin A usually wins, and your bones lose. That's what was happening to Rosa. Her daily stack looked innocent. A multivitamin, a scoop of collagen mix, and a bone support capsule. Together, they delivered nearly 1,800 micrograms RAE of retinol, drowning out her 1,000 international units of vitamin D3. Once we cleared the excess A, her next labs showed stable calcium, better energy, and she stopped waking up stiff every morning. Healing habit. Avoid pairing vitamin D with high-dose retinol in the same product. If both are needed, take vitamin D in the morning, retinol, food only, at night. Better yet, switch to carotenoid-rich foods, spinach, carrots, pumpkin. Trackable benefit, normalized calcium levels, better D3 response, less stiffness in 30 to 60 days. 4. What the research really says, fractures, liver damage, and risk. Rosa once said something I'll never forget. If this vitamin was really that dangerous, wouldn't someone have warned me by now? She's not alone in thinking that, because the danger of too much vitamin A doesn't come from one bad dose. It comes from slow accumulation, daily doses stacked over years. And by the time the signs appear, the damage is already happening deep inside. Let's ground this in the research. Michaelsson et al., 2003, Swedish cohort study, 2,322 men followed for 30 years. Those with blood vitamin A levels in the top 1% had a 7-fold higher fracture risk. Published in the New England Journal of Medicine. This wasn't a small trend, it was a biological red flag. Wu et al., 2014, meta-analysis of 283,930 participants, found a 29% increase in hip fracture risk with high total vitamin A intake. Specifically, preformed retinol raised fracture risk by 40%. In contrast, beta-carotene was associated with lower risk. Rotterdam study, 2015, Netherlands. Followed 5,288 adults over 13.9 years. Those who consumed more than 1,500 micrograms ARAE per day had a 2 times increase in hip fractures. Each additional 1 milligram of retinol raised fracture risk by 68%. These aren't outliers, they're patterns. And it's not just bone health. Journal of Bone and Mineral Research, 2019, also found that vitamin A suppressed bone formation, even under mechanical stress, when bones would normally rebuild themselves. NIH AARP Diet and Health Study, 2024. Nearly 400,000 participants. Found that daily multivitamin users had a 4% higher all-cause mortality rate, particularly among older adults with high preformed A intake. So, what's happening? Your body stores excess vitamin A in the liver, specifically in hepatic stellate cells. Over time, this storage becomes saturated, creating pressure and inflammation. This can impair detoxification, reduce energy, and eventually affect bone marrow, immune function, and neurological balance. It's like filling a reservoir that was never designed to overflow. And once it spills, the damage touches everything downstream. That's why Rosa's labs showed elevated liver enzymes months before her bone loss appeared. Her supplements seemed harmless. But the accumulation was real. Healing habit. Audit your stack. Add up all retinol sources, multivitamins, cod liver oil, fortified foods. Eliminate duplication. One hidden source can push you over the toxic threshold. Use food-first rules. Carotenoids regulate themselves. Preformed A doesn't. Trackable outcome: improved liver enzymes, reduced bone turnover markers, less fatigue over 1 to 3 months. When's the last time you checked the fine print on what's fueling, or quietly draining, you? 5. Safe ways to support your vision and immunity. Without retinol. Rosa's question changed. At first, why didn't someone warn me? But later, what can I do instead? Because the truth is, your body still needs vitamin A, but not in the form that accumulates, not in the form that quietly overwhelms your liver, bones, and blood. You need a version your body can shape, one it can say yes or no to. That form is beta-carotene. Think of it like soft clay. Your body molds what it needs and leaves the rest untouched. Retinol, by contrast, is like precast concrete, absorbed at 100%, stored whether you want it or not. Science confirms this distinction. Retinol, preformed A, absorbed completely, stored in liver, no off switch. Beta-carotene from plants, converted only if needed, self-regulating. Seniors convert less than young adults, but still enough to meet daily needs safely. According to Harvard Health Letter 2022, beta-carotene in food form is non-toxic and may reduce oxidative stress, especially in older adults. And in large studies, higher carotenoid intake is linked to lower all-cause mortality, improved skin elasticity, stronger immune response in older age. For Rosa, the shift felt like a release. She let go of her supplement stack and leaned into color. half cup of steamed carrots a few times a week, pumpkin soup with a drizzle of olive oil, spinach tucked into her omelet, no labels, no math, just rhythm and care. Healing habit. Retire synthetic retinol, especially if you eat fortified foods. Add 1/2 cup of orange or dark green veggies daily, paired with healthy fat, olive oil, avocado. If you supplement, look for mixed carotenoids or provitamin A, not retinol palmitate. Trackable shifts. Better low-light vision, less dryness in eyes and skin, improved calm energy. What if the healing you've been chasing was already in your kitchen drawer, just waiting to be seen? 6. How Rosa reclaimed her energy by letting go of one little pill. There was no ceremony, no big decision, just one quiet morning when Rosa's hand hovered and didn't reach. That little pause, after 15 years of habit, was the beginning of something bigger. Not a rebellion, not neglect. Just an instinct that said, this might not be helping anymore. I wasn't trying to give up on my health, she told me later. I just didn't want to keep doing what wasn't working. In the weeks that followed, things changed, subtly, gently. She felt lighter in the mornings, less fog, more clarity. Her joints moved with ease, her labs quietly better, liver enzymes down, calcium stable, DEXA scan unchanged. But the real shift was deeper. She felt safe again, like her body had room to breathe. The tension was gone, the internal noise lower. Her bones no longer in a tug of war, her liver no longer drowning in invisible overflow. It felt, as she put it, like I turned off a faucet that had been dripping for years. And she didn't swap one pill for another. She chose trust, her rhythms, her meals, her quiet knowing. Healing habit. Revisit your supplement shelf. Pick just one, something you've taken out of routine, not need. Pause it. And let your body tell you what it wants next. Maybe healing doesn't always mean adding something. Maybe it starts with letting go. When healing comes with age, it rarely means doing more. Sometimes it simply means stopping long enough to listen. Rosa let go of one little pill. You might be holding something too, not out of need, just out of habit. This isn't about adding, it's about returning to trust, to rhythm, to less. You don't have to fix anything today. Just notice. What have you outgrown? If this quiet message finds you, pass it to someone still clinging to just one more vitamin. They might be ready too. I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley, and your body, it remembers how to heal once you stop pushing.